Sheesh. Okay, happy Friday. I'm here now. Oh my gosh, what a mess. I am so embarrassed. So I'm going live. I went live at 7:30, about 12 minutes ago, and I am doing it on my personal page. Ugh, now I got to go back and erase that. How embarrassing. Anyway, somehow my family's all going to laugh at me. Who knows? But I wanted to start by talking about this beautiful canvas bag that we have. It's so gorgeous. It even turned out better than I even imagined. Look at that cute gingham bottom. It's a nice canvas bag. This is a Graphic 45. It went with their Slice of Life, and they made it specially for all of the air stores. And it's an album kit. So they're going to use this ivory binder, and it's going to be taught by Graphic 45 Design team member. It's going to be July 9th. It will have all the stuff you need in here to make this beautiful book. Putting the so it tells you how to go live on the page, has the ephemera in it, also has the beautiful written instructions here. So it's going to be, you know, Beth, this is going to temptation. This is going to be a fun project, and we do have a few kits left. So I want you to buy it. I'm not going to tempt you. I am going to tempt you because I could see myself using that bag as my grocery bag. It's so
I'm
cute.
signed up.
You go, Laura. All right, yeah, Laura's there. Okay, so I was inspired by this paper. Oh, I'm so embarrassed that I was going live on my personal page. What an embarrassment. All right, so we're on the right page. We're in the right room. We're present. I hope you see my comment that says I'm just a mess, because I am. Because I wrote a really cute little description for what we're doing, all on my own personal page. Anyway, so I chose these papers. I love this green with the teal. Isn't it just gorgeous? And I think the Stage Pop is my new favorite, and there's so many things we could do with it. So I'm going to use the grass because it makes sense, because we're going to put a little tree on there. We're going to see if we can get this little tiny tree in the center of it. And then I want to have a bird house, so we're going to use the bird house. And I needed this more than a bouquet pick to put the birdhouse on. So I've used these, the pirate ship, the masked, I don't know, whatever those sticks are called. Oh yes, I agree. The grass is gonna be pretty. All right, and these labels, I just use them for everything. I use the little rectangle label to put a little sign in the yard. Okay, so that's what we've got going. And I did start making it when I was on my personal page. So we got the stage base put up. So you know how in baseball fields you've got some grass that's have been checkerboard. What's wrong with it? Argyle, right? Isn't it so cute for their grass to be argyle? She says, of course Laura has it. That's from Beth. All right, so and then I just used on the grass the pear gingham just to go around the edges. But before we put that on, I'm going to take some of these L supports to put in our card so I can add other things besides the tree. So I'm going to stick it through the hole, and we're just going to make sure that's done at 90 degrees. See how it's going to sit there, and that the foot of the L is going to get glued to the bottom of that. So let's just put a dab of glue on the tiny little tab. So we have it on the tiny tab. And then we are going to, thanks Beth, I love this paper too. We're going to go ahead and stick it through. If you go close to one edge, and then make sure we're getting that 90-degree angle in there. See? Get it. Just stick my finger in there. Just make sure it's just at 90 degrees and until it dries. And then we were going to put another one up in the front. I like to get a few things in my stage, make it as full as possible. And we'll stick this one in as well. I'm just going to get it set in there. I like to do my finger in here and get it nice and straight. Hold it up. Get that 90-degree angle in there. And now we have our supports to add other things. So, and we can go ahead and add the trim around our stage. So we're just going to attach it taper tab to taper tab to taper tab to non-taper tab side. That's a mouthful, so let's say that 5 times fast. All right, and I used that cute pear gingham paper to decorate around the edges. Thought that was super, super cute. And I'll stick this on here. And then we're just going to fold it. Each of these are also going to be a mount and fold. I'm going to save this fold here to last. Let that glue dry a tiny bit. And then we're going to bring it all the way around here. I'm going to lay it flat and glue this tapered tab to the non-tapered tab side. Make this big old circle. And in this case, it's going to become a hexagon to fit around the stage. Now, some of these, you can see that where the pairs line up perfectly. I kind of messed up, like that one hasn't so much. But this one looks really good. This edge looks good. So we can pick which side we want to be the front of our card. So if we fold this up like this, how it's supposed to be folded up, then we can decide which side we like to be our front. That looks really good. Yeah, that looks really good. I think the 3 sides in the front look pretty good. So I'm going to put glue on this upper rectangle, just this rectangle right here, so right above this area. And then I'm going to take the one I chose to be the front. I'm going to line it up directly to the base, so it's flush right to that line, and it's centered on that rectangle. Then I'm going to come around to the other side, and we've got the same rectangle on the opposite side. Okay, Bretha, you got a good point. It is scheduled to be July 9th. Laura, what day of the week is July 9th? It is a virtual event on Facebook. But I think it would be fun to have people come here and do it. We could just turn the video on here and do it together. That would be really fun if that's what you'd be interested in.
That's a Thursday.
A Thursday. We could do a Thursday. But, oh, I don't know what time of day it is. But even if it's in the morning, we could replay it in that evening if it works out better as the evening. So, Beth, I love that idea. So if that's something you'd like to do, I think let's have a party. Let's build it together. We could pause. If we do it on the replay, then we can pause it and start it again and as we need to. So I think if we have enough interest of people that want to come in and do it, let's do it. That's a Thursday. Thank you, Beth. It is a Thursday. Laura looked it up for me. Thanks. All right, so we just got those 2 edges glued. That's the only place, these 2 flat panels are the only places where the stage gets glued to that outer edge. And then we could just pop it in. It's a snug fit over here. There it is. I love that it clicks in place and comes nice and flat on the bottom. And there it is. There's our stage. Okay, so the tiny tree. The tiny tree comes with a little stand that looks like this. And it has the little tapered tab on one end. And then it's got a score lines next to each one of these tabs. And then one in the middle. So I'm going to just fold it at each one of these little tabs. It is also going to make a little hexagon. Well, is it a hexagon? I don't know how many sides it has, to be honest. And it's not a circle, but it's then we're going to take the tapered tab side, that little tapered tab, and we'll glue it to the other side of completing our little circle. Kind of looks like a circle now, but I think when we get it all folded, it's not going to be circle-ish anymore. All right. Then these tabs, the ones on the other, that's exactly how it's going to get hooked to the stage. Those are the little feet there. And it's going to get hooked, glued on the center of our stage, like so. So I'm going to take and fold it in half like this. That will be its closed position. And I'm going to glue it slightly away from the center fold. I'm going to go kind of center-ish. And I'm just going to put glue from the tab area. This is the tab area. So just, this is the, if I call this the belt, that would be the tab. So just this little tab area down here. Right there. And then these tiny trees are pretty cute. I kind of want to make that card, Carrie's take on that card that's on the packaging, because it's so cute about celebrating your birthday all year long and having all the different season of trees. Now, so I can do it one of two ways. I can go ahead and put glue on the top of this tab right here and then push this shut like this so that it find its place in there to get glued. Or I could put glue on this and open it up and then glue it down when it's opened. I always like to have the card find its own place, so I'm going to put the glue on the tab, let it find its natural spot to close, and then close the stage, and then hold it. And while it's holding here, I've got, this is how the card gets folded in, and so you can put it in the envelope this way. So I've created this on my computer that just says, wishing you a bushel of happiness and a year full of sweet surprises. That we're going to put that little sentiment on the card there. Stick that centering on that piece there. Oh, that gripped fast. I didn't even get, oh, that was, ugh, not even let me wiggle it too much. That went crooked. That just stuck on there like it needed to be there forever. All right. And we might have a few extra pears here that we can maybe decorate the bottom with a pear too. Look how cute the pear is. See that cute little pear? So fun. Thanks, Beth. I like it too. All right, so let's see what our tree does. See, now when it opens up, it really stretches that out far. See, now it's ready to, and the tree is not one that gets glued on. It is one that is, you could take it off and on. Okay, so to create the tree, you've got a slotted one and a solid guy. And this guy right here is going to get bent over and glued on the other opposite sides to close it. So the slot has a, see that little piece right there, that one branch? See how it gets folded over? I'm going to come in and see if my camera will zoom on that. And it gets folded over to close up the slit so it won't fall out. But we have to open that up first, and then we're going to slide the other one inside that slit and get them to click into, all my branches are tangling, click it into the base. My folded one is fine to go through. And then it's going to come, that folded piece is going to come through the center of the solid one, and then it will get glued on this other one. Just holding it steady here. And see this piece right here? That's what it's going to get glued onto the other side of the slotted one. So it's going to come across. See if I can get that closer. Come across and get glued on. So you just want to make sure this is flush to the bottom And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back side of that little branch and then fold it over so it's stuck on the opposite side and it's closing that gap. So now the tree is going to stay together. I do, Beth. I save all the live videos on the YouTube. Laura, will you go grab me a couple of the last cards that I did so I can show them how we get that done? That's how they're packaged. Okay, so now it's glued together and it's not going to come out because we've glued it together. All right, so now we have choices. I'm using that same Argyle paper so we can glue it so we can have the branches showing and use the Argyle side, or we can do it like it's just the green side, or we could do, you know, just Argyle and no branches showing. We could do it with some branches, some not branches. We could do it so many different ways. What way do you like it on there? Do you like it this way where it's just this nice green with the branches? And if you don't like the Argyle at all, you can come and cut the second piece and then sandwich it in there so you see just green on all the sides and you see no branches. So many different ways you could do it. So all the branches, you like the branches showing? So like this way, you like this, Beth? That's good. Okay, so to answer your question, Beth, we do save these on YouTube. So here's some of the cards we did recently where we have it packaged, so it's all kitted like this. It's packaged, it has pictures of all sides of the cards. It has a QR code where you can scan the QR code and it takes you straight to the YouTube video that we've saved from doing the live. So that's how they are packaged nowadays. All right, so I'm just going to use this one like this, so just for reference sake. But before we do that, I'd like to get some pears on there. So the pears I did. This was Laura's suggestion to use the glitter paper. I love that idea. And then I also did some of the lemons because the leaves to the tiny tree I felt were just kind of a little too big, or they were about the same size as the pear. So I thought if I added a touch of leaf to the pear, combined it, then when we stick it on the tree, it will have a little touch of a leaf and the pear. Look at that cute pear. Isn't that cute? Gotta add the pears. And then if the pears also have white blossoms, so we can put some white blossoms as well to break up. Just depends on how many pears you want. So I'll add another pear over here. We'll put the little green lemon as a leaf. Whoop. And then we can add another pear. My flower needs a little center to it because it looks like a snowflake almost, but we can just mix as many pears on there. Hi, Nicole, how are you? We could just add as many pears. So I'm not going to keep going on the little pears, but you get the idea. So then how to get this on the tree, we're just going to stick the little notch into the holes. And, oh, la, la, la. Work it so the notch goes in, come around, work this one so it's going to go in, come around and get this one out, take that notch and put it in the tree. And let me bring it closer. So we're just breaking this little notch out and putting that little notch inside the tree. And so now we have our pear tree. See, I had this as the front, so when it folds up, you'll have your pears and your flowers showing, wishing you a bushel of happiness in a year full of sweet surprises. Okay, but remember I wanted to have a birdhouse on here. Now you got to pretend you're going to have a whole full of pears and flowers and fill it all up. Okay, so then we have the cute little birdhouse. So let's go ahead and use this pretty teal paper that comes with this gorgeous line and create a fun birdhouse. And then I just use the same color, just this white birdhouse, and it's got the extra piece up here. You can use different colors, but I thought cream on tone on tone was just really pretty. All right, then let's stick it on our stick. In this case, oh, I bet we could fold it in half. It doesn't need to be that tall. Let me get glue at the top part of this to hold it steady. Top here. And set our birdhouse on the top of our little pole. And then that would go on our branch here. Now look at there. It's quite a bit wider than our L shape. So I could cut that and make it narrower, or I could just cut the stem off. Let's see, cut it off a tiny bit. And if I cut it off a little jagged, it could be more like grass. So, can you kind of get a little jagged there? Can you see how I did a little jagged there? And then I could stick this on. So we got a little, it's going to straddle it. So I'll put glue on both sides. And this can slide right on down into that groove, right down that L support, and be as tall as we want it to be. So now we got the cute little birdhouse there in our picture. And I thought it would be fun to do a little cardinal. He needs an eyeball. I need to give him a little eye. There is a stencil feature in the die that you can use to give him a little eye. Let's maybe colors beat. And let's go ahead and perch him on top of the birdhouse. See, there we go. Isn't that cute? And then I thought we could do a little street sign that could give us a little more of a message here, where hope your day is perfect, because we all need a perfect day for our birthday, right? So we can put it on a stick. I just want the stick to kind of go up over the top, so it looks more like it's a stake in the ground. So I could glue this on here. And we can add a little bow on the bottom part. Or maybe add the bow on the top. Let's see, let's look. We don't want to stick too far up. This is a pretty big sign. So maybe let's do the bow on the top and have this pretty short. So it doesn't stick too high off of the, yeah, I think it looks better down there with the bow on the top. Put that little bow on the top. Oh. There it is. Hope your day is perfect. And let's see if we shut it down. You'll just see the bow and a bit of the birdhouse. And then we could put this other pear paper on the back side. Oh gosh, that looks so cute. So cute. And there it is. A little perfect birthday card for that perfect person. And there it is. Super cute, eh? So yeah, you just have to decide how you want all your trees to look the same all the way around. I'm going to probably dress up this one while it's flat and then stick it back on there, but that's how it is. I think I want, because of the Argyle grass, I think I want to go back to back with my trees. I think I want to do it like this. So it's back to back on all of it, and so it will just be matched all the way across like that on both sides. That way, I think my pears and my flowers will stand out a little bit more, and it will look the same uniform all the way around. That's this little cute little stage pop-up card. Anyway, that's it for tonight, my sweet friends. I hope you have a perfect weekend, and we'll see you later. TTFN.